What's up, YouTube? It's your girl May, and I'm here with a story time. So today I'm gonna be telling a story time about how I injured my leg. Okay, so April 24th, I was at work or whatever, and we was on break. I had just started a new job, and we was on break or whatever. So we went outside, and we was sitting down. We was like talking, like we was just discussing like how much money we was making, how excited we was, yada yada yada. So the break was over. No, it was a lunch break. So our lunch break was over or whatever, and it was time for us to go back in. So we was like walking and stuff, and I'm joking like, cause I'm a goofy person, like I just like to like have fun or whatever. So we was joking or whatever, and I'm walking and I trip. I'm clumsy as hell. So that wasn't a surprise to me. I didn't fall. Like I was so close to falling, but I did not fall. I tripped, and the concrete was like unleveled. So like, if you don't know, like when concrete crack, it will grow at an angle. So it'll like go up or it'll like go below. So it was like this kind of. So that's what I tripped over. So my foot like tripped over, and my left foot. So then my right foot, like I stumbled over it, but I didn't fall or whatever. So like I'm coming back up and I'm laughing because like I was with like 3 or 4 people, so I was kind of embarrassed, but not really, because I mean it's life, like you be tripping and stuff. So so I'm coming up, and as I come up, like my left leg would not move. Like I kid you not, like I tried to move it to like plant it flat over the part of the concrete that was like level. It would not move. So like as my body coming up, I feel like I was coming up too fast, and my knee hyperextended. Like I felt my knee pop back all the way forward, and then like it like did like a twirl, and I'm like bent over, and I look back, and like the girls that I was with, like all of their facial expressions told me everything I need to know. Like it just told me that like I messed myself up, like I was fucked off. So they was like, lay down, don't move. So at this point I'm kind of getting nervous, because like I don't know like the extent of like how bad I hurt myself. I just know like something's not right. So my body going into shock initially. Like I didn't feel anything initially. That's why I tried to like stand up normal when they was telling me to lay down. So my body went into shock. Excuse me. My body went into shock or whatever. So I'm laying on the ground like a cutout or whatever, and I'm like stuck. Like I can't move at this point, because it's like everything is like my blood is like rushing. So my adrenaline was rushing. So they call like my manager or like the trainers and stuff that was training us that day, and they come outside, and the lady like sit down, and I'm laying on her, and she's like rubbing my head, and she's like, just calm down, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay. The more calmer I got, the more pain I started feeling. So then I feel pain all over my leg, like in this one area. It's like a heartbeat. It's like you know how like your heartbeat like boom, 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 boom. It was like that, but in my knee, all over. So at this point, I'm like, okay, call my mama, call my granny, call my sister, call everybody. Like take me to the hospital, call them, let them know I'm going to the hospital, so they can come up there, because I don't know what's wrong, and it's a lot of pain. So I'm laying there, and I'm like, they're like, we called the ambulance, they're on their way. Can you hear them? Can you hear them? Just calm down. So like I'm trying to relax as much as possible, but like the more relaxed I got, the more pain I felt. So I like start crying, like, cause I was feeling so much pain, and I was just like, I don't know what's wrong. So finally, like the ambulance, I hear them coming, and like the noise is getting like louder and louder and louder. So I'm laying there, Ambulance come out or whatever, you know, they asking me questions, and at this point I'm irritated because it's like, you asking me questions and take me to the hospital because I need some type of medicine. I need something. I need to know what's wrong with me. Like, I need to know what's going on. So they was like, we gotta cut your pants leg so we can see like what's going on with your knee or what's going on with your leg. So I'm like, okay, I don't care, cut the pants. Those pants was $30. I'm so upset. But anyways, cut the pants or whatever. So they put this like wire in the back of my knee to like keep it in place and keep it from like going like this and like, you know, messing up worse. So I get to the hospital. They give me like a 300, 400 ibuprofen. Like, baby, I take a 800 ibuprofen, you know, when Mother Nature comes. So what is 300, 400 gonna do for me? Nothing. So, you know, they got me in this bed or whatever. Like, they moved me from the ambulance stretcher thingy to like a hospital bed. So I'm laying there. They come in, they do like the x-ray while I'm laying in the bed or whatever. The results come back and they like, oh, you just chipped your patella. You know, we're gonna wrap you up and we're gonna send you home and you could go to the doctor, you know what I'm saying, like the next day, yada yada yada. So they're getting like my crutches together. They put like this little brace thing on my leg or whatever, and I'm like, Granny, I'm finna come home, but like, you know, come get me and stuff because can't drive, can't do anything, you know, because my leg is messed up. I can't even put weight on my leg. So in the midst of them getting my crutches together, another nurse come in and they're like, oh, well, we just ordered an MRI on your knee. So before you leave, we're gonna do the MRI. Thank God they did that, because 30 minutes to 45 minutes like after I took the MRI, that MRI took forever, and it's horrible because it's like you just laying there like a sitting duck, and you just gotta lay there, and it's like this like noise. But they give you like these ear cancellations, but still, if you're not on my medication, nothing, like, it'll freak you out, especially if you don't like closed in areas. So I'm doing the MRI or whatever. 30, 45 minutes later, they come back and they're like, yeah, so you're having surgery in the morning. And I'm like, surgery? I thought I just chipped my patella, you know? I thought this was gonna be easy. I thought I was gonna go home, you know? And she was like, oh, no, the doctor be in to talk to you in a minute, yada, yada, yada. So the doctor come in, and that's when they tell me that, that's when they tell me everything I did to my knee. So I tore my ACL, tore my meniscus, full meniscus, my PCL, and my MCL. Dislocated my knee. Yeah, so those 5 things initially. So, you know, I call my granny, call my mom, and I'm like, okay, they're admitting me to the hospital at this point because I have to have surgery in the morning because I did way worse than what I thought. So, the next day come around. So I was at the hospital from like, I believe like 5 or something. I got there. I got to the hospital at like 5 something, and I didn't get admitted to the hospital until like 7 or 8, maybe a little later, because when they was taking me up to my room, like the room that I was gonna be staying in, they had gave me like a sandwich and something to drink, and it was like, after this you can't eat nothing else. So if you don't know, like after 12 a.m. they don't let you like drink, eat nothing, because like your surgery, and you can like have like a gag reflex in the surgery and choke yourself out on your own, like the water, the food, any of that, you know. You could like throw it up or something. I know that's nasty, but yeah, you could like throw it up or something and you know, choke on it, and that could cause you to like possibly like die on the table. So so 12 come or whatever, I'm not able to drink nothing, eat nothing, and you know, I'm in pain. So they come in there, they drawing blood. I had to take like this like alcohol kind of bath and everything. So the next day come, and the full day go by almost, and they was like, oh well, you know, you're gonna get your surgery the next day. So it's April 25th now. It's April 25th, and I'm in the hospital, and I'm like emotional at this point because they giving me medications. I think they had already started me on Oxycontin and some other medication, and I had like the IV and stuff for fluids. So around like 6 that night, it was like, okay, yeah, you finna go to surgery. No, it was like 5 something. It was like, okay, you finna go to surgery. And at this point, I'm freaking out. My anxiety start coming in. Like, my heart is beating super fast. Like, I'm scared. They got me signing papers, like, you know, like possibilities that you can die on the table, yada yada yada. So I get to the waiting area in the bed where, like, when you finna go to surgery or whatever. And you know, me and my mama came, and like we prayed. You know, she was sitting there or whatever. So they took me back there. The room is cold as hell, like freezing cold. It is cold as hell back there. So and it looked like you roll into your death, because it's nothing but like white back there, and a big metal sink, and a whole bunch of like knives and stuff that they cut you open with. So no, I moved from the table from the bed to like the OR table, whatever. And last thing I remember is them like telling me to like count down from 10, and it was like, we'll see you on the other side. So initially my surgery was only supposed to be 2 to 3 hours. So mind you, I went into surgery at about 5:45. I didn't get out of surgery until like 1:45 that morning. So I had complications during my surgery. So after my doctor finished like you know, like repairing my knee and stuff like that, and they was looking for a heartbeat or a beat or whatever in my foot, they couldn't find one. So I almost lost my leg because they could not find the, like, you know, the heartbeat or whatever. Like, they couldn't find it. So I had to get a graft put in my knee. Basically, they cut like an artery, I guess. I think I had like blood. I don't know. I gotta read the paperwork here. So basically, what they told me was like I had blood clots. My leg started blood clotting or whatever. Initially, from my accident, I messed up an artery, but they didn't see that like in the scan or whatever. So if I would have went home initially, I possibly would not have a leg right now. Yeah, from the knee down. So anyways, so the artery or whatever, it was clogging up like really bad, so it was cutting off the circulation to my foot, and which isn't good. So I had to also have like a graft put in, which they took a nerve from another piece of my leg and put it where the blood clot was, you know, and put that in or whatever and fix that right up. So I had like 2 surgeries in one, which took way longer than expected. So and like in surgery, like my heart rate was rising. Basically they was like I was panicking in my sleep, or while I was under, I was panicking, so my heart rate was like racing and stuff. So anyways, when I came up, I was like in the ICU. And after surgery, you could have so many symptoms. So my symptom for my first surgery, I was throwing up like really bad. Like after, I asked for orange juice. I just remember like before I went into surgery, I was like, when I get out of surgery, can I have some orange juice? No, some apple juice. Like, please, can I just have some apple juice? Like, that's all I want. I was so thirsty before I went into surgery. So when I got out of surgery, I was in the ICU. Because of like my heart rate, blood pressure, everything was like skyrocketed. And I believe I had a fever. So, and I was throwing up and stuff. So I had like apple juice, and I ate like a sandwich or something, and I felt out of it. Like I was drugged up bad. So I was in the ICU. Basically, like almost a whole day I was in the ICU. Another side effect is for women, like if you have surgery, it's a possibility that your cycle can start early, which is what happened to me because I had like a bag where the fluid was coming out of my knee, where like it was swelling up, so like some of the fluid can like drain out. I had a drain bag, and they thought that's what it was, so it was leaking, and I was like, why am I bleeding like this? And come to find out, Mother Nature decided to come early. So anyways, that was that. So I got moved back to my room. I was in the hospital for about a week due to I had to have another surgery. I had my initial surgery April 25th, and then I had another surgery May 1st to close where they took the artery from, or the nerve or whatever, where they took that from. They had to like go in and close it because they couldn't close it in initial surgery because my leg got too swollen and there was no way that they was going to get that closed. So they had to like let the swelling go down a little bit. So I had another surgery May 1st. If you have anxiety, please tell them to give you some medication before you go under because it will relax you. I didn't find that out until my last surgery, but we're gonna get there. So I got another surgery May 1st or whatever, and I was taking like Oxycontin, Tylenol 3. They was giving me vitamins. I was basically taking like 14 pills a day in the morning, and then like at nighttime, nurse shift change or stuff like that. But yeah, I was taking like 14 pills. So I told them I didn't want to take the oxys anymore because I told them like 2 days after my initial surgery because they was working too good and I was getting like I felt myself like I was like, oh, I like this, like, oh yeah, this is working, like I like this, but that wasn't a good thing. So I was like, no, give me something else, give me something a little less heavy, like of a drug, because you can get really addicted off of oxys. So they did that, whatever, and I had my next surgery May 1st, and again my anxiety was rushing. Like I was still scared, like just the fact of like the possibility that you can die while laying on a table for a knee injury scared the hell out of me because you got to go under anesthesia and everything like that. So anyways, 2 days later I got to come home. Unfortunately, I stay on the second floor, so that was very hard to do. It was very hard for me to get up the stairs because I stayed on the second floor and I couldn't put weight on my leg. It was very hard and very painful. Time goes on. From May, June, July, I started therapy. Therapy was horrible starting off. Due to the fact that going into therapy, I was only able to do so much. So I was only able to do quad exercises for a good 2-3 months because my recovery process was very slow. I was in a lot of pain because I messed up a lot in my knee. So it's different from tearing like an ACL or a meniscus tear or something like that and having surgery. You could be walking up and walking, or like a whole full knee replacement, you could be up and walking. Like, but because I tore so much stuff and he repaired everything with, my ligaments, I had a horrible recovery at first because of my pain. Couldn't get my pain in check. Like, the pain was unbearable. I couldn't do anything. So I had a walker, I had a potty. Basically, I was living like an old woman for a while. So from May to like July, I wasn't able to like really just put weight on my leg, anything. So when I was going to therapy, I was only doing like quad exercises. So like you basically like squeeze your quad, like so. I don't know if y'all can see that. So you like doing that. So it's really supposed to like strengthen your quad because your quad is what connects to your knee, which helps you walk straight. So My birthday is August 12th, and initially I was supposed to be walking for my birthday, but I wasn't. So I turned 21, and I still haven't celebrated my birthday because I haven't been able to walk completely, which sucks. So anyways, as time went on or whatever, and my quads started getting a little bit stronger. It took 3-4 months before I even got anywhere. But yeah, so quads started getting a little stronger. I was able to start like putting more weight on it. So I went from rolling to therapy in a wheelchair for 3-4 months, not being able to like really put weight on my leg, needed assistance. Well, I still got assistance or whatever going down the stairs, but needing assistance to do everything, to using my walker, which really my walker was like for inside the house. I was hopping around on one leg, which is very painful, but this right leg is strong as hell because I had to put all my weight on one leg and not on my left leg. So yeah, just imagine that. Another bad thing is I had to sleep with this on until like right after my birthday, I believe. That's when I stopped sleeping with this on. But I was only able to sleep on my back with this brace on and 2 pillows under my leg, so my leg can be like elevated because of all the fluid that was still in my knee or whatever, and was swelling. It was to help the swelling basically, and this was to keep my knee in place and keep it from like moving, because if it was too soon and it was moving, it would have like basically I would have to have surgery again, because it would have been it was still like recovering, so all the muscles and stuff was still like trying to like stick together and find its way. So around July-ish, I still had my staples, and I started to see like on my side scar. I'm gonna insert a picture on my side scar where the staples were, in the middle, like right by my knee. The staples started coming loose, and it was like basically like how if you scrape your knee, it was like that at first, but it was kind of more open because like of course like I had got cut right there, so it was like open. So I went to go get my staples removed in August, like right before my birthday, the week before my birthday, and I found out that I was gonna have to have another surgery. I think I skipped the surgery. I did skip a surgery. No, I did skip surgery. When was my last surgery? Hold on. I had surgery like mid-June, July, because I cannot remember the dates of these surgeries. Okay, so my bad. So I had 2 surgeries while in the hospital. I had another surgery in May because the scab started to open up, which this picture I'm gonna insert. So the where the staples were, it started to like open up or whatever, and that caused me to have another surgery, because if it would have got like worse or whatever, I could have got an infection, which also would have ended in me getting my leg chopped off from my knee down. So I had to have another surgery, and I believe I had that surgery May 29th. That's when I had the surgery. But it was an outpatient procedure, so I went in that morning like 6, and then I was able to go home the same day. I got home at about 7 p.m. So yeah, that surgery is the surgery that I got an epidural, because I had an anxiety attack and they couldn't put me under because I couldn't calm down. I was so nervous. I'm telling you, like, surgery will do that to you, especially like you have anxiety issues. Like, it's horrible. So yeah, I had an anxiety attack and I had to get an epidural. So I fell asleep because I had medicine and stuff. They gave me medicine while I was having anxiety attacks to like calm me down, but it didn't work until afterwards. So I was kind of like out of it And I remember getting the epidural shot, and I remember going to sleep. But I woke up mid-surgery, and I heard music playing like on Grey's Anatomy, and I kind of got scared because I'm hearing the doctor that's operating on me. He's singing, and it's like some rock music or like punk. It was like punk rock music. He was singing it, and I was like looking around, and I couldn't feel nothing from like my waist down. And I was like looking around because I was kind of like, I kind of forgot where I was for a second because of the music and stuff. But then it was like, yeah, we're almost done. So basically, I slept still during the whole surgery, but I got the epidural. Stupid. I hate the epidural. My back be hurting like a mother. My back be hurting all the time now. Anyways, so got the epidural. Yada yada yada. I went home. Cool. Didn't get my next surgery until August because my knee was stuck at like 60, 70 degrees bending wise. It would not bend for anything, and it was very painful. So I had to get a manipulation under anesthesia, which also put me under. But this time, that same medicine that they used for my anxiety attack, they gave it to me, but they gave it to me earlier while I was still waiting to go to the ER, which calmed me down. So I was able to go under without having to get epidural again. So my last time with my surgery was like 2 days after my birthday, which is August. My birthday is August 12th, and I had my surgery August 14th. That was the best surgery because they gave me the medication and everything was like way better. Like, you know, I was way calmer. I was way like aware of like what was going on. You know, I was just like ready to get it over with still. But I went in a more positive state than like a worrisome state, a worried state. So yeah. So after the manipulation, you know, like things started to look up. So it's December now. So September come around, you know, my knee is bending way better. I got all the way to like from August 14th to like September 14th, my degrees changed. Like I was at like a 70 in August, and I got it all the way to like 120, which is a big deal. I got it to like 110, which is like a big deal. And the goal was to get it as close as to my right knee as possible. And my right knee is at about 140 degrees bending wise. So I was already at 110 by September. And in September, I also started putting weight on my leg. Well, before then too, I started putting a little weight. But in September, I started putting the most weight on my leg. That was a whole different type of pain because you know how like your TV, I feel like I'm talking a lot. You know how like your TV, that staticky stuff, like you under your cable, it become black and white and static. I feel like that in your foot. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. So if you do, comment down below. Anyways, so I was feeling that at first because my leg wasn't used to it. Like I was literally going to therapy wearing socks and shorts because of like my scars and stuff. So I only wear like shorts and Spanx and socks and t-shirts to therapy. And I did that until like October. Anyways, so you know, I'm starting to walk or whatever on my leg in September-ish, you know, put more weight. So October come around, I get some tennis shoes because they was like, just get you some tennis shoes. I started riding on a bicycle, like as at the training facility, riding on a bicycle, you know, getting my knee moving, getting my legs working. Pain all the time. I still have pain. The brace, I still wear my brace. I don't use my walker anymore. So like I stopped using my walker in this middle of October. I stopped using my walker. Anyways, I don't use my walker no more. I still have to use my brace because I don't feel comfortable without my brace. Like it feels like my knee is gonna do the same thing. Like my knee is still like it gets like real shaky when it's time for me to sit down. I know because my leg like start jittery and shaking, and then like so if I'm standing like this, my knee like give out, so it'll just bend on its own, and I'm almost about to fall. And I ain't trying to fall, which I already did a couple times, but I ain't trying to fall again because if I fall the wrong way on my knee, it is possible that the 3 screws. Oh, by the way, I got 3 screws in my knee. I'm gonna insert a picture of that too. The 3 screws that I got in my knee, they can like chip or something like that, mess my knee up, and I have to have another surgery, which I ain't trying to do. Anyway, so my pain level is always since since I had this at my initial surgery. It's been like a 7 or 8. Recently I got a steroid shot in my knee because I feel like a stabbing pain. And it could be from like the nerve damage in my initial surgery, but I have to have an MRI and everything like that. So, you know, it's a work in progress, but I'm getting there, I guess. I'm in better spirits than I was. Yeah, if you want to hear the story on like how this changed me and my, like, you know, like my mental state and all that other stuff, comment down below. Like this video if you want that story time as well. That is my story time on how I injured my knee and almost lost my leg, and how the recovery process has been. So if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and comment down below any questions that you may have, any suggestions on different YouTube topics, because I am gonna take this YouTube stuff serious. It's your girl Nate, and I am checking out.